Hi guys, my name is Isaac Ifari. I'm a movie producer, I'm an editor, and I direct. I direct movie, film industry, in film industry, Nollywood precisely. Um, I joined movie industry far back 2001. This is my 20 something years as a movie person. Um, I've met people, I've mingled with people, I've worked with people, I've got many experience, good, bad, and they say it's bad. Well, how do they put it? The good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, as a person, it takes grace to follow whoever you meet and how to follow them, control situation around you. You know, I did movie. I started with editing, and I developed to a certain point where everybody love my job. Everybody love what I'm doing. Some people even just help me touch this job. Yeah, I've got that experience about more than 10 times. They brought job to my table, just help me touch it. I said, how? You said it, and I said, no, no, I know, but just watch it and know what you can correct in the job. It's not bragging, it's not by proud, but it's by what you have in you. What can you do? I've worked with one pastor. A person said that, "Ah, with the way you work, you go places. I love your work." All these things is based on who I surround myself with, the people that guides me on the process of this learning, people that I look up to. What is your name?
Hello, guys. It's good to have you all on the screen. My name is Fred, popularly known as Fred Nice. It's good to have you here, guys.
So what do you do?
Yeah, I am a content creator, as we call it now. I'm a video director, live production video director. I'm also a video editor and a graphics designer. I know what somebody might be there, seated or standing, saying, or asking why I do a lot of these things. The industry is broad, is wild, and for a lot of us who work behind the scene, we like to have ideas and know how to do a lot of things because uh, you have what you want to you have a story you want to tell, you have a way you want it to be portrayed, and most times, oftentimes, it's better you know how to do all of these things by yourself. I mean, if you know how to edit your videos, you after shooting, after directing, in my own case, after directing and also after editing. I also want there's a way I want my graphics to look like. My graphics, there's a way I want it. So sometimes you give it to people and you just don't give it what you want. And to their own test, that is the best quality. That's what they can give you. But you as a person who is in charge of the project, this is not what you want. In most cases, the person you're handling his or her project explains it in details to you, and you want to give them exactly what they want. So that is why somebody like me, um, n- I took my time to learn a lot of these things. Though, funny enough, the industry is very wild. You can never know how to do these things all. So you just know how to do the one you can, and do know how to do the basics. So basically, that is all that I do for now. Hopefully, I would I will learn more. Maybe I'll jump into audio as well.
So how long have you been making skits?
Yeah, skits. Funny enough, I've been making skits for a very short time, not quite long, for about just 2 years actually. But then I've been behind the scene for 3 years. So in total, I can say I've been around the industry for like 5 years, thereabout. I've been in the studio, live studio, in a radio station, and also other been in other broadcast stations like that behind the scene. But that was like 2 3 years, not until 2 years again, I decided to come on board and to be on the screen for you guys to also see my craft and my creativity. So I've been around skit actually it's been like 2 years, but I've been in the industry in for about 5 years actually now.
Okay. How has kids making erase poverty among the youth in Nigeria?
Hmm. Wow, this is a huge question. You know, skit making has helped a lot of Nigerians in so many ways. Um, it boils down to what I call, or what is it is called entrepreneurship now, where you do what you can do to make your own money. You are the boss of yourself. In most cases, you are a boss for yourself, or you even employ people to work under you. Skid making has helped a lot of Nigerians, the likes of Brother Shaggy, Mr. Macaroni, Mark Angel, Lord Lambert, Sidney Talker, and a whole lot of them. Shout out to these guys. And I'm mentioning names because people like Macaroni and Mark Angel, they've shown a few of us, or some of us like me, they've encouraged us, they've inspired us to know that yes, you can earn a living. I mean, a good living. You can build your family with skit making. Um, Most of the big boys in the industry now are driving cars worth millions, and thousands of dollars, as the case may be, because of how well the industry is paying. Financially, you get adverts, you get shows. People call you for show. People call you to do content for them. And also, most importantly, the social media you're distributing this content to, they also pay you. So there's no way you're going to lose. You're never a loser in content creation. That is why it's a very big industry, and that people make money on daily basis. And music used to be that place where everybody thought, that, oh, I want to be a musician. But now there's also come down a little bit to where a lot of people, young Nigerians, are bringing out their talents to showcase people and show them that, oh, this is what I can do, and it is paying. It is paying so well. People do different content now, and there's no content that is not paying. TikTok is one of the most fast growing social media handle that has been paying a lot of Nigerians. I watched one of the content creators. I don't want to mention his name, but then just few days ago, and young man is a degree holder now, and he was giving thanks to his followers for how they've helped him away. They've eradicated poverty from his family and lineage. Now he's a degree holder. He was into real poverty. A place where feeding was a problem. But then with the help of content now, he's been able to study. He's been able to take care of his own family, his mother, his parents. He's living in a very comfortable apartment, and that. So I saw that, and I agreed with him that yes, it's a very big industry. It's a very business place where people make money. So it has erased Nigerians, and I see it doing more. As much as people are willing to do it, that is how the industry is going to pay, because everything is going digital now. So nowadays, if you want to know how an elephant breathes, you can easily check on the internet, and somebody is there. If you're out there and you make content about how an elephant breathes, somebody is definitely going to come watch your content. For somebody who doesn't know how to make noodles, which it can be funny to me, but then if you make content about how to cook noodles, somebody will come and watch it. So people are coming out to make content, and it's paying. I see more people doing it, and I see more people being eradicated from poverty. You know.
So, let's ask once this question: how did you get to know Winnie?
Winnie. I call her Winnie the winner. The reason is she's such a young girl with brilliant charisma, brilliant ideas in the industry, with so much charisma, boldness, and you know, she's just there to stay and do this thing. Okay, so a few months ago, I, or yes, actually, I met a friend who is actually a colleague in the industry in the skit making field, and he introduced me to a director I met. And little did I know that, oh, Winnie, I've seen one or two of her skits, and the director I met happened to be the director of Winnie's director, and I'm like, so we had this few discussions, and he said, I also, we were discussing. I told him how I direct for this little girl, and I said, you the one who directed this girl? He said, yes, and I kind of interacted with him. I asked him, um, how has he been coping with the girl? You know, she's a little girl, and how has he been? And he said, no, Winnie is so brilliant. The moment you tell her this is what I want, she delivers. And I said, oh, I've seen it in her. You know, I saw some of her skits, a couple of them, and I said, oh, this is beautiful. Um, I spoke to my few of my people I worked together, and I said, in one or two of these days, we would like to have Winnie on do one or two things with us, because you know, young people, there's a saying that whatever you do every day or whatever you do consistently becomes part of your life, right? So now this girl, she's been doing this and she's been so consistent with it. I've saw some of her skits and I said, with this level of consistency, Nollywood should look, they should watch out for her. Nollywood should watch out for her, because she's coming with the level she's coming with is getting beyond skits. She's delivering skits and lines. The line she's delivering is getting beyond uh, the level of skits. So I got to know her through her director, and she's doing so well. She's doing well.
So, what do you make of Winnie content?
So brilliant, on point, good storytelling, and I believe she'll do better than that, because she's quite young. And like I mentioned earlier, the industry is big. As you grow older in the industry, you begin to know that, oh, this is another way to deviate to, this is something else to do. She's But overall, she's been so good and consistent. The consistency in her career is what actually gives me joy whenever I see her content, and also because she's been able to hold the stage. That is one of the things people get, little people or people of our age, mean sometimes are very scared of. The ability to be on stage and know that, oh, I'm the one who's doing this now, I'm the key actor, is what is people's problem. But she has the boldness to be on stage, to be live, and give you what is exactly what you want. Well, I spoke to the director and he told me that no, she doesn't give me headache. When it's somebody, I just tell her what to do, and we're there. Whenever we have scripts, she gives you the lines without stress. You don't have to shoot and reshoot and reshoot a lot of times. So her skits they're very very funny. If you see her skits, you cannot frown your face. If you watch Winnie's skits and you don't laugh, it means your problem is bigger than her skit. you know. So I've seen a couple of her skits and they're very very hilarious. They are very very beautiful to watch. You know. So I encourage her to do more. I like what she's doing. She's young, and with the help of collaborations with bigger people in the field, she will be able to come up better. And trust me, she's already doing better than a lot of people. Like I said, I've been behind the scene. I've seen people. So she's one of the people who, by the grace of God and with consistency, she'll be better than where she is. And also, sometimes the viewers who watch our content or who watch content do not know the strength that we put together to bring this up. She's so relentless. She's resilient. She's always okay. Mr. Director, are you okay with my line? Or this one, are you okay with this? Okay, what can we do next? She wants to be better, and for somebody who is always taking critics to be better in life, we always go far in life, because you never want to stop at where you are. And also the humility she has is something very very important. You have to be humble to go very far in life, because um, proud people always have issues with moving forward, and she's very very humble. She's at her age, she takes lots of advices and it works for her, and that is why I will not be surprised when I see her on bigger stages, when I see her acting with bigger people. In my own mind, I will congratulate her, you know Though I will also be where I will be. Of course, not leaving myself behind because I will also move forward. And I'll come. I'm very sure we will shake hands on bigger stages because she's on the right track. She's moving in the right direction. So it's good to have her. She's a blessing to our family and our generation. You know,
Okay. So, what are your challenges in skit making?
Hmm. Challenges. Oh my goodness. Whatever does not have a challenge does not go smooth. To be very honest with you, you guys, for me, people have different strokes for different folks. But for me, one of my biggest challenge with people is uh, not keeping to time. Time is one of the issues I have with people. I know people also talk about African time, that oh, it's African time thing, and in this industry, you have to eliminate African time in your mind. Like it doesn't have to work at all. Because if you have a skit or you have a shoot, you have to be on set by 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is your time. It has to be 3 a.m. You've accepted the contract, it is 3 a.m., it is 4 a.m., it's 3 p.m., it is 2 a.m., as the case may be. And you find out some people telling you, a lot of actors will tell you that, oh, I'm close to your estate, or I'm close to the location. And after 1 hour, you're still saying, I said I'm close, I just stopped by to do something. And it's one of the things that it weighs down our time, it delays your production. Because by the time you delay 1 hour, we have to overshoot 1 hour. And a shoot that is we're supposed to shoot for 5 hours straight, and we're ending up shooting 6 or 7 hours. So it is just not work for us. That is one time is one of my problem. And secondly, it is also financial. Financially, there's also a problem because sometimes you have a big picture in your head. You want to shoot in this place, and the finances to be able to go to some of those places is a problem. And it's not everybody who wants to collaborate with you to say, okay, let's do this, and when the outcome comes, we can do some agreements. Not everybody that wants to do that because some people do not believe in what you do, except for a few that knows that this is a big industry that has come to stay and it's good. So finances is also one of the problems we have. Another one is also gadgets. Sometimes, for some of us who do not have the money to buy the gadgets yet, to rent gadgets sometimes is a problem. Sometimes you have the money. I remember a day I was financially buoyant to rent some gears, some gadgets from one of the vendors. I got to the place and the man told me, okay, somebody just took this type of camera and this one and this one you asked for. Somebody took it 1 hour ago, and I was already waited for to bring up the things I needed because the one I took on set had issues. So sometimes where to get gadgets is a problem. Especially this part of the part of Nigeria where I stay is a problem sometimes to get gadgets. Sometimes people have already collected them. Some days you have to book them 3 days ahead, and in these 3 days you don't need them. You just book it and you just pay for 3 days and keep it in your house for it to be secure. So it's a big challenge for to upcoming skate makers or to some of us who are not there as the big boys yet. But well, it's a big challenge that we're hoping that hope things will get better. And actors will begin to realize that it pains us as directors and as camera operators when they don't come early. And we don't find it likely. One day, one of the actors came very late, and the guy knows that I don't joke with food and some soft drinks. On his way coming, the young man bought, because we worked together, he bought some of these things and tried to bribe me. I collected them, but I was still angry. Why would I not collect my items? I collected the items, but it was not just funny. So the time, not keeping the time is a big problem for a lot of us. You cannot withstand the weather. God is in charge of weather. So that especially the rainy days, days you go out to shoot, that the weather totally changes. And in some cases, if you had gone out to shoot your content, you would have been saved. But the time you delay, the rain does not wait for you because it's going to rain. If you don't need it, somebody else needs the rain. So time is one of our biggest challenge in the industry. You know. Lastly, which might not be a challenge, it's not so big to me, but then it also stays as one of the obstacles I face in the industry, which has to do with um, you know um, the the time of delivery from clients. Some clients tell you that I want this. This is just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes project. Just 2 minutes. I want the video to be just 2 minutes. Can you deliver it roughly in the next 24 hours? And by the time I begin to explain that, no, sir, no, ma, you can't get in 24 hours. It can't be done in 2 days. It can't be done in 3 days. And they just don't agree with you because they don't know the work, how it entails to bring out this content. There was a day I worked with a client. It was a logo, and this logo took him more than 52 hours. Just 8 seconds logo. A lot of editing had to come in after effects. If you know that software, you know how hard that guy can be. And also, it's a big challenge for clients. A big challenge for us clients. Some clients do not understand how big and how the work, how stressful the work can be even after shooting. The work does not end after shooting. Does not end after shooting. It does not end after even editing. The way people think, there are a lot of things to do. There you have color grading, you have sound design, you have the final finishing of the work. So people, I urge people who give us work, please, our customers and our partners, please understand. Let us tell you when your job will be out. It is when we tell you that the job will be done in so time, amount of time, and it's not done yet, that you can hold us responsible. If it dictates time for us, me, I'm not one of the people who want to give you a bad job, but then we might end up not giving you one of the what the best we should have come up with. So people, our customers should be able to give us time to give them what they want. These are some of the few questions where I face in the industry.
So, what advice do you have to give young skill makers?
My advice to young people is to be persistent, um, to be prayerful, because with the help of prayers, I believe, whatever faith you belong to, you should be prayerful. Ask ask God to give you directions, and be consistent. Consistency is very very important. Whatever you do consistently becomes part of your life. It becomes your way of living. If you're consistent with your what you're doing, someday you realize that, oh, this part I've been doing, this the way I've been, this style of my skate is not what I want. I think I should deviate it into this style, or this is what is trending, this is what I should jump on. So if you're consistent, it will help you. You also believe in yourself. The problem I see people face in this field is, I want to be like this person. I want to be like Mr. A. I want to be like Mr. B. I want to be like Mr. Z. Which I advise, you don't do that. You can model somebody, but please don't 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 want to be like anybody, because every human is unique in their way. All the skit makers we have in Nigeria, they have different style of skits they do. They have different skits, and trust me, a lot of them are making it in their own way. So you shouldn't want to do it the way this person is doing it. Do it in your own way, because every people will relate with what you're doing. So you should trust your own self. That self confidence that I can do it in my own way, and people will like it, is one of the things that can keep you going. And also make friends with the right people. Make friends with people who are also doing what you're doing. Even if you're not the you can even if you can meet the bigger people in the field, you should at least meet the people who can help you with one or two things, and you will go very far. It will help you in the journey. It is a very long journey that you can overtake a lot of people to become the top, become at the stay at the top level. And so to be there, you have to also accept critics, not necessarily criticism, but you should accept critics, because sometimes you need a friend to tell you how to do what you know how to do best. You need people to tell you that, oh, this is what you're doing. can you do it this way to be better? So you should accept critics, but then that should not let you um, do what you don't want to do or what you don't see yourself doing. Do the content you want to do, but only accept critics when it is necessary. Sometimes people accept criticism and it affects them, because if you shoot some days you see people shoot content, very beautiful content, but because my friend said I don't, he doesn't like this part, I decided to cut it out, which is not good. Sometimes it's not good because your friend is not the originator, is not the idea builder of this content. You built your content, you came up with the idea, you know what you want. So why would you want your friend to to determine how the outcome or the output of your content? You know what you want, you know how you want it to go. So you should always know what you want, and because you know it, let it go that way. It might not make sense to your friend, it might not make sense to some directors, but guess what? It will make sense to your audience. So when you pay attention to what you do and you know how to do it well, it is going to go well with you. And also, pay attention to your audience, know your target audience and know what they want. You pay attention, interact with your audience, let them a couple of times you would also know that, oh, from the comment sections you will know what your people want, and you'll be able to build on that, leverage on that, and you'll come up with better content. And with these few points and more, you'll be able to be better off, you know.
So, lastly, what advice do you have to give Winnie?
Mm. To my dear winner, I call her Winnie the winner. Winnie, please be very consistent, continue doing what you're doing. Please stay very humble from a person that cares about you. Please stay as humble as you are. I love how you've been going. I love your approach to the industry. I would like you to continue that way. I would like you to be resilient. I would like you to work harder. The job is not easy for people and for everybody I know. But with your consistency, I believe that you will go very far. Believe in yourself, my dear Winnie, because um, it is not easy. But if you believe that you can do it, yes, you can do it. You've been doing it. So what will stop you from not doing more? Of course, you can do more. So trust what you're doing. Trust the process. It's not always very easy, but trust the process. You will definitely overcome some of these obstacles that comes your way. And they will not stop coming. But if you are strong, you overcome them. So be resilient, like I said earlier, be strong, be bold, and I'm very sure that sky will be the beginning. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome. And sorry, what's your name?
My name is Tyler. The film industry is what brought me to Lagos, and then I'm basically focused in editing. So I'm mostly into editing. So that's why I'm in Lagos for the meantime.
Okay. What do you do specifically?
Alright, specifically what I actually do movie cutting, and then I also do subtitling, and then I also do little motion graphics and other kind of editing, especially anything related to manipulation. I do that a lot. So that's basically what I do in the video editing industry. Then other things I do, we talk about. I dance, and also I somehow act. Not like I do act every time. These are other things I do for the meantime. But my basic career is editing, video editing.
So, among all these things you mentioned, now, which one do you find more interesting in doing?
Actually, I find video editing more interesting. Although dancing is just a hobby for me, I would have loved to take it up as a passion, as a profession. But the reason why I can't take dancing as a profession is because I don't think it's going to actually give me the dream life I want. But video editing could, because as time goes on, you begin to get some contract, you begin to go, you begin to get good deals when you're working with bigger companies when they're shooting their movie and all. Then you could actually achieve your dreams in a year, depending on how much trust you build, and especially if you know what you are doing in the industry. So one I enjoy more is video editing.
Okay. In video editing, where and who have you worked with?
Okay, what brought me to Lagos was Barrett Studios, yeah, Oyorima TV. Yeah, so I've worked with Oyorima TV, and then I was currently working with an African Magic production again. So Oyema TV was the one that brought me to Lagos. They gave me the contract here in Lagos to work with them. So I've worked with them, and my experience with them is okay. It's a funny one though. So that's it.
Can you share your experience with us?
All right. So in my video editing career, there's one thing I've got to learn. I've got to learn that while you're starting off, just get ready to be used because they're gonna use your head, and the people that are in the industry are mostly corny. So no matter how smart you are, the most part is that the reason why I say you should get ready to be for them to use your head is because if you try to show that you are smart, you know that they're actually using your head. The problem you're going to have is that you won't get more deals. So it's better you just allow them use your head for the meantime while you build trust, and then they now believe in you and be like, okay, yes, you can do this job. You are good at your job, and then you can then decide, all right, see, I actually know what's happening. No, I know you have been using my head, all this kind of thing. I cannot accept this kind of payment from you again, or this kind of treatment or something. But the thing is this, if you actually keep on doing that way, you might not get work from that particular person again. So that's why the movie industry is all about building connection. So the time you can actually have that wings is when you know that you have built some connection, and you know that these other people trust your job. So when you say tell this one no, you can't use my head again. Um, this is my price. This is what I'm going for. At least you know you have backup that other producers are going to call you for jobs. So with that, you begin to get your ground in the video editing industry. So in general, my experience wasn't really cool at the beginning because you experience some kind of annoying shit. Maltreating, they starve you, they lie on your head, so many things. They are going to frustrate your life. You won't have your own time. So people will say that they bought your time. So people are going to say that they don't care if your dead body is on the ground. They will still ask your dead body for the job done. That kind of a thing. Some people, you will find some people that doesn't care about your life. In fact, let me put it this way, they don't send your grandpapa. So that's one of the experience I've had. And then things that I know as you go up, you climb the ladder, you begin to get better deals and you begin to meet better people. Because the main thing is this: if you build that trust, people won't see you as they see you before. So you can be able to achieve a lot. And then they can give you that respect you're actually supposed to have. So that's been my overall experience in video editing.
So can you mention the few jobs you've done so far?
Okay, I did subtitling for Iwe. It's an African Magic production. I did subtitling for Unyebeke. I did some edit, and this too is on African Magic also. I did some of the cuttings also in the movie, and then no, not in the movie, it's a documentary. And also I did inserts. No, so I've done for Unyebeke, I've done for Iwe, I've done for I'm doing for ABAB right now, and there's another one. I can't really remember the name of that movie. But aside from movie, if you talk about other jobs, I've done countless of jobs. But it's just that I don't really place a name on them because it's other jobs, it's not movies. So that's why. But apart from that, I have done so many jobs. But if it comes to movie, they are just a bit limited because I just got into the movie industry. You get, because that's where the money is.
So get into the movie industry. Do you find it interesting? What have you what locations and other things experience you have? Because some people say in the location they have experience, they have challenges. But let's talk about the experience for before going to the challenges in locations.
Okay. All right. For locations is is a crazy factor because you might they might say, okay, yeah, we're going to so place to go and shoot. The worst is that you might not really know the place. So I got to learn that if you say we're going to this particular place to go and shoot, just prepare yourself for anything. You might get to the place and the place will be thoroughly a bush, and then when you're at that place, you have to make sure that you have your boots, you have your trousers, you have just to be protected. You understand? So location sometimes can be really annoying because you get to some place there's no network at all. You get to some places there's no light at all. The phone is going to be off. That kind of thing. So if you're going to the movie production stuff, and let me say that you have a production, I mean you have a film stuff that they call you for. I think the best advice is probably if you have jobs that really need your attention at that point that requires you using your phone, you might need to find an alternative at the meantime, or you proceed for the meantime until that movie production is over because location can be an annoying factor. So, different movies have different locations they have to base. Although some locations can be nice, let me say if it's an in-house movie, that kind of a thing of a rich man, of course you know you're going to get light, you're going to get good network. But if it's something that has to be shot in like a village, you have to go to bush, that kind of a thing. So location can be annoying sometimes. And then if they say that where you're going to lodge, sometimes you might shoot into the night and then the place you are shooting is where you have to sleep. And that can be really frustrating. Mosquito and every other thing. But it's all the sacrifice you make for movie production.
So, do you have fun in location, meeting people, sharing experience, sharing knowledge? How do you find that? Can you explain it to us?
I will tell you the truth. The thing I love about movie location is the fact that you get to connect with people. The main aim I have when I'm going for movie production is to get more connection, is to interact with the producers, the people that I see on set, building connection so that next time they see what I do, they know what I do, and then they can recommend me for another job. So the sweet thing about location, you connect with people, and then aside um, connecting with producers and the rest, you get to connect with the cast, and then when you want to do your own production, it will be hard for you to just call people. All right, these are people I've seen you act before. I know how you act. All right.
What's lifestyle in location?
Lifestyle in location is just mainly about connect. Like when you're on set, your aim should be to connect with people. It's not just to just go on set and just act or do whatever you came there to do and just leave. Your aim should be you want to connect with people. And in the process, I was able to meet Mr. Ifeanyi, and then we were talking. Mr. Ifeanyi is into the movie production stuff. He has been into it for like 25 years now. So he's a man that has a lot of experience, and he was one that I was glad we were able to connect that day. So he was telling me a lot about the industry, giving me hints on what to do, and telling me things I should do, and how to do things right in the industry. And then in the process of us talking, he got to talk about Winnie, and I was like, Winnie? Who is Winnie? And so he told me all about Winnie and all. And I was fortunate to even meet her, and that was amazing. So I got to find out that Winnie is very talented. In fact, she's a shining star. That's how I'll put it. Like I'll call her a shining star because she's quite talented and she's young. That's the thing. I'm surprised. A young girl of that caliber is able to do a lot of things, like anything entertainment, movie production, anything that has to do with entertainment that has to bring her on camera. She's so good. Like it's so amazing. And when I saw her that day, I had to text her because first of all, you cannot just tell me, alright, this person is good and everything, and I just believe it. Like no, 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 no. So I had to test her. So the first time I saw her, I was like, could you do something for me on set? Just like I need to just act on something for me. She was like, okay, what do I want her to act? And I was like, just cry. Lo and behold, it was just 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds. I saw tears rolling and I was like, for reals? How did you do that? So, and then there was still some other trends I tried testing out, and she was good, and I was like, that's amazing. If you ask me, I say that girl is gonna go far. Like she's going to really go far. Like she has an amazing remark. She has amazing qualities. She's going to really go far. So I wish her the best. I wish her all the things that she needs in this life. I wish her the best in all of them. And I would also advise you to check her out. Like the movie production and everything she does is amazing. So and I see her growing places soon. Like just to give or take 5 years from now, she will be that superstar we're talking about. So Winnie, I give a shout out to you. And I also thank Mr. Ifeanyi for letting me know who Winnie is, because now that I know who Winnie is, because in as much as I'm just getting into the movie production stuff, I am looking to actually produce my own movie. So I'm just giving like maybe a year, 2 years, and I think at that time too, Winnie will be a bit young, older. You understand? Although now she's still a little girl and she's amazing, so then she'll be a bit older. So I've gotten my script down, and she's the lead role. So that's to tell you how much I believe in Winnie. So she's very good, and I'm really happy that Mr. Ifeanyi introduced me to her. So we got to connect, and so I'll advise you guys to look into her also. She's a really good girl. And she really knows what she's doing. Like, I love that. I just don't know how people are just this talented. Like seriously, God the creator. Like, he just the give talents. She just got that talent, and it's an amazing something. Like, she's blessed. She's blessed. That's what. Okay. If we're talking about where will I be in the next 5 years, I will be a billionaire. Yes, I'm going to be a billionaire because I don't deal with negativity. I always deal with positivity. So with the things I'm seeing right now, with the plans I have ahead of time, I know that they usually be some up and down and all that kind of thing. But I'm very, very positive about my own path that I am going to be a billionaire, because I don't want to stop at the millionaire level, because I have big dreams. And then if you talk about what I want to achieve within that 5 years, first thing is first is that my transport company has to come to life. Project Rider, that's what I call it. It has to come to life, and that project alone is going to be a very massive one. And then talk about the movie production, talk about more deals in the industry, and all that stuff. So, why I say so is because I know that in as much as I got into the industry of recent, you can never know it all. That's one thing I got to find out. You can never know it all. So um, you keep learning every day. So I got to learn. I came to the industry. I started learning more and more. I know that before this year runs out, I will be better than the way I am right now. And the more better you are, the more deals you get, the more places you go. So if I keep going more places, if I keep getting more deals, of course I'm going to achieve those dreams I plan to achieve. So that is the goal, and that's what I'm going to do.
So, in general, in both your other works you do and industry entertainment, what are your challenges?
Management. Management is a challenge. If one of the things about this is if whoever you're working with, if the person has a low management skill, it becomes a problem. It becomes a serious challenge, because as a video editor, you need to actually have a conducive environment to edit. You need to have a conducive environment, a conducive mindset, and a conducive mental health. So when you are having management issue, is a problem. So if the place is not comfortable, is a problem. And then when you now have producers issue, where those people where they are hot headed, they are very annoying and all that kind of thing, you see somebody that is very young will insult your life as if you never existed, and you just have to kind of be like, okay sir, just because the person is the one ahead of you at that time. So there are challenges. Actually, challenges in video editing is that you cannot really know it all. So what you do for this person, this other person might not like it, that kind of thing. So every day there's always room for improvement, so you have to keep improving. Another thing is also the management, as I've mentioned. And then lastly, another challenge you face is the people you meet. Understand how they actually treat others, because how they treat you matters. It affects your mental health. So if they treat you wrongly, they maltreat you and all that kind of thing, in as much as it will make you stronger in your mind, but it will still affect your mental health. And when your mental health is not stable, your editing can never be nice. That's a problem. So these are the challenges.
So, other projects like those animation graphics you said, and these emotions, Have you ever encountered a challenge where you exchange words with your clients, or there be a problem or an issue, something come up?
Of course. I've experienced challenges with delivering a job. They said that somebody asked me to animate a photo of someone saying a particular thing or doing or gesticulating a particular gesture. It can become challenging. Sometimes when I do it and the person will be like, no, 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 no. I don't like the way this person was moving her mouth. I want this person to raise her eyebrow this part. I want this person to do like this at this part. Do this one, at this part. So it can be a problem, you understand? So and then one of the things about that, just some that when you are done with all this whole stuff, you suffered yourself to do all this work and everything. They'll look at your work and be like, I'm not satisfied with this. And then they won't pay you. And the worst part is that work might have taken you 5 days to do, but it's just gone like that. So I got to understand that not everybody will be satisfied with your work, but it doesn't limit you for me to have that mindset of that not everybody will be satisfied with your work, and then you stay in that level. No, there's room for improvement. You have to keep improving yourself so that at least let 80% like your work, and then 20% can talk anyhow. No problem. That's another thing. So it's very, very, very important. So yeah, there's some jobs that I've delivered and then they were like, no. And then there were then when I was still looking to get some jobs on Facebook, there are some jobs that I deliver and the person scams you. So you deliver the job, the person just blocks you or blanks you and doesn't talk anymore. The person will use that job that you did, but you won't get any money. So I got to find another way to
Wow.
solve it.
Okay, continue,
I
continue.
got to find another way to solve it. So the way I was able to solve it is I had to watermark the videos, or I spot in low quality, very low quality that it cannot do you anything. So that's the only way. That's why I was able to get rid of that particular part. But other ones, you could deliver a job and then they'll have a complaint and then they'll just be like, I'm not doing it again, or they won't pay you, or they'll cut your payment, that kind of a thing. There's some people that I can never satisfy, like my former producer, like my former boss. You can never satisfy that man, no matter how good you are. He will still have a complaint. Okay, when it comes to advising a lot, if I'm to give advice to you guys out there that want to get into the movie industry or you want to get into the production industry or whatever industry you want to get into, but let me first start with the movie industry. The advice I will give you is first of all, mellow down. Mellow down, be humble. The first producers or the first set of people you might meet, God might bless you. You might meet the right people and then they will not treat you anyhow. Everything will go fine. And you'll be cool. But the best advice I will give you is this: first thing is first, mellow down. Tolerate whatever they are doing to you at the moment. But just know that while you are there and they are doing all this rubbish they are doing, your aim should be to look at connections. Try to get connections. Number two advice: don't ever let them employ you. It's not nice. If they employ you, you're going to be stagnant. You're going to be there. You're not going to get connection. You're not going to go out there. You're just going to be there working for them all your life. And that's making no sense. So our advice is to work as a freelancer. You come as a contract staff. So you contract your rights. You're going to do some work for us for like a month or 2 months. Yes, that kind of work is what you should do. Be a freelancer. In that way, you'll be able to meet other people, take other jobs, connect with other people. But when you're working for a company, you can't take any other job. You can't do other things. You can't express yourself more. Everything you do dies with the company, and then your name will not be in the cast, and in the cast or whatever it is, you won't be heard of. So that's another advice. And then third advice I'll give you in the movie industry is please look at the connections. Anybody that answer the name producer, hold them tight. And then have good relationship with everyone around you. Try as much as to have good relationship. Don't do gra. Don't use anybody's head for the meantime. Just don't do gra. Make sure you gather enough connections you can and be good in what you do. The advice I will give is always improve. Always improve yourself. Be good in what you do. As you are good in what you do and you're improving yourself and you're building more connection, these people see your work and they see what you do and they give you more jobs. That's how you begin to make it in the industry. And then if I talk about general advice, my general advice is love God, put him first. Very, very important. Put God first. And then secondly, be wise. Be smart in anything you do. Be very smart. And lastly, YouTube is your best teacher. So always use YouTube. Anything you don't understand or you can't learn at the moment from anyone, YouTube got your back.
Do I will shout out to people there. Keep watching Winnie TV, Winnie Comedy TV.
Okay. Alright, shout out to Mr. Ifeanyi, shout out to Barrel, shout out to African Magic, and shout out to Winnie. Keep watching Winnie's channel. Winnie's comedy. That is the goal. That is the goal. That girl got potentials. Keep watching. See you there.
Hi guys, my name is Isaac Ifeanyi. I'm from Abia State, Umuahia precisely. Umuahia North Local Government in Abia State. I'm a movie producer, editor, and I also direct. I joined movie industry in far back 2001. It's almost 20 something years now. I have done a lot of jobs, both editing, both directing, both producing. I started with editing. I also even do production manager. Nobody taught me that. I just learned on my own. I've also done continuity. Nobody taught me. I just learned on my own. And so I have gathered much experience in production in general. I've come across different people, different behaviors, different attitudes and characters. Good, some people say the good, bad, and ugly. It only takes the ability to manage them and to control whatever that comes your way, whatever that you are encountered with, whatever you are involved with. In the aspect of, okay, let me come in the aspect of editing. I've lost count in the jobs I've done. I've done over 100 movies, over 100 or 200 movies since I started editing. I've lost count. I cannot even mention them. I don't even know. I've worked with different directors before I started directing. I've worked with a lot of people in my field of editing. I wouldn't say I'm that over good. I wouldn't say that I'm good, but I know I'm trying. I've come across with people who come to me, say, "Fine, please help me watch this job." So person edited it for me, but I don't know what the person did, but just help me. I said, "This editing is good." He said, "No, just help me watch and correct whatever that's needed to be corrected on the job." I said, "Okay, fine. That wouldn't be a problem." I did. Only challenge I always have with people is delivering. Why? Because I take my time to do my job. I don't believe in let's work, let's shoot. No, I don't believe in that. I believe in whatever you're doing. I keep telling people, and it's been my point of advice to anybody I come across with, anybody that I meet. Whatever you find yourself doing, do it well. That's what I keep telling people. Why? Because where that job will enter, you might not enter there, you might not go there until you die. Let your job speak for you. I've been in a situation where somebody called me and said, if are you free to work? I say yes. It's okay. Do you know me? I say no, I don't know you. It's okay, fine. So person, give me your number. We are so places. We are discussing about you. I say wow. I said, what did I do? Did I do anything wrong? He said, no, it's about your job. I said, wow. It's okay. So that's the reason why I said, whatever you're doing, do it well. Whatever you find yourself doing, do it well. Because where the job will go, You will not enter there, but the job will speak for you. You know, I have gone to states to edit. I've gone even outside country to edit. Yeah, I've gone to South Africa. I've gone to Ghana. I've gone to Kenya. I've gone to Sierra Leone. I've gone to Benin Republic for editing. The job can take you anywhere that you don't even think of. That's why you should do whatever you should. Yeah, that's why I keep saying whatever you're doing, do it well. So in this process of editing, I also have got bad experience. The job has taken me to police station too. I have fought so because of the job. You know, issue of fighting because of the job. In some aspects, you will see somebody will come to you, please, I don't have money, help me to do this, please. Person will be begging you as if you say no, you look like a bad person. He say, please, I don't have time to do this. Person say, please help me to do it. I don't have money. Please, he's doing this, he's doing that. I accepted the job. The person returned to liar. You must do it. If you accept, you must do it. You must do it. You must carry your cross. Somebody came to my office the other day. I just there. We nearly I said, I control myself because it doesn't worth it fighting over nothing. In the other aspect, when I was growing up as an editor, I have known how to edit perfectly. Some people come from East. I have about 2 directors and 2 producers, marketers that come from East just for me to edit their job. Anytime they finish, they'll enter motor from East to Lagos for me to edit their job. One has come one certain time, said, help me do, I don't have money. I edit that job. After editing, he said, please, when I release the job, I'll pay you money. My brother, till today, I've not seen shishi. The person stopped picking my calls. Sometimes if they pick, my woman will pick them. Say he's betting. He's not with the phone. He's doing fine. So that's the side of editing. When I started producing and directing, I've gotten a lot of experiences and bad one and good one. Even the last job I just produced last month, and I called a director from East. Please, okay, I did 2 straight back to back. A person finished 1. I said, okay, I'm doing another job in 2 weeks' time. The person said, I can do it. I said, are you sure you can do it? The person stays in the East. The person said, he's coming, you have a job that he's doing in Lagos, that he can do that as well. I said, okay, fine, no problem. You start planning on the job. The person said, I have a PM, I have a costumier, I have a sound guy, I have DOPs, I have this. I said, guy, come. How do you want to convert them to Lagos? He said, I shouldn't bother about it. I said, are you guys driving? He said, no. I said, how, man? He said, no, don't worry, just pay us, don't worry. I said, okay, fine, no problem. The funny part of it is my life. This thing I want to say is my life. That's how I do my things. I don't want anybody to be on my neck that if not pay me my money. I paid everybody before they come to set. These guys, I paid them their money to the last kobo. To the last couple before they come to set. So the day before, okay, the day we'll shoot. I don't know the arrangement. I don't know how they did it. He told them to come in. He came before them. So they entered motor from Lagos. Unfortunately, the motor stopped them at Ojota. They started making preparation arrangement how to get to Ajah where I was shooting the location. The director keep calm. The person I called for the job keep calm. Instead of talking to them, he directed them to me. I said, okay, I didn't say a word. I start communicating with them. They find out that the money they paid, the boss that bring them to the location, about 28 to 30,000 naira. The man do as if he didn't see it. I paid them the money, but it wasn't an agreement. It wasn't in the plans. After production, this same man abandoned his crew he brought from Owerri, abandoned them in the location and left. They are stranded. I used my money over 40,000 naira plus the little one he sent them. Just complete and they leave. So all this bad experience is it's a bad experience, and because it's out of my budget. The same man even put the person I paid money at the 9 minutes of my production. Said we shouldn't use the person. I paid 200,000 naira. So I didn't get the money. So all these are things that I don't wish to experience. It kills a producer. Running out of your budget, it kills a producer. So I've done a couple of jobs. I've done a couple of editing, directing and producing, and they're all good. So I have an artist. I have a little girl that I'm grooming. Winnie. Winnie is a talented young girl, kid, about 6 to 7 years. When the parents come to me, this is my daughter. She's good and she have the zeal to art. She's focused and determined about arting. I said, okay, fine, no problem. This is what we are going to do. We are going to use her face to open a